G'day guys, my name is Ethy and welcome to Let's Play Vault Hunters Episode 2. Now, before we do anything, I would like to jump into another vault because it didn't go so well last time. But I want to finish the vault so we can get some abilities, because digging blocks one by one, for example, is very annoying. So, I already have a couple of crystals made up. Let's get some building blocks as well. And let's jump in. Okay, so I always like to try and grab these guys first, just as a decoration thing in the vaults. But yeah, let's go and see what we can get. So we'll run in and see what the first room offers. I'd like to put a torch down, have a look around here, and yeah, it seems like a very normal room. Yes, that was a very normal room, so we'll move on to our next one and see what we get. And it already looks like, oh, yep, alright, cool. This is an Omega room. So there are no mobs in here unless we get trapped, which we can't at our level. So it is just a free-for-all on these gilded chests. So let's see how we go. So as I said, this is an Omega room, and you can see we are getting a whole lot of stuff. Now, if I was a little bit later on with my levels, I'd probably be looting this for different resources as well, but we'll just go in here and see what we can grab. So after a bunch of stuff, we finally get the consumed lodestone. So yeah, alright, let's go do that. Okay, that was very nice. We got 6 levels, so that is amazing. Plus 1 unspent expertise point. We'll work through that in a minute, but let me put all this gear away. Okay, that was quite easy. First, let's jump into these unspent skills. So I know for a fact that I'm going to want vein miner. So I'll do 2 in vein miner because I've got a lot of stuff to clear. I'm thinking I might go dash, which helps me jump out of the way, so I might go 2 in that as well. We can always regret them a little bit later. Well, at least 1 more in heal. And javelin's 2, yep. Storm arrow might get us out of some stuff. Fireball, that could work. I haven't really used fireball before. We'll try that. And next, our expertise. Not exactly sure what I want out of this one. I think I want to go bounty hunter. So we'll learn about this a little bit later on, but I will take that for now. Beautiful. Now let's run over this way. Actually, before we do that, here's our crate for completion. Crouch, pop it open, there we go. Got a bunch of stuff there. I did also get this magnet in the vault. So what have we got? Focus and an axe. I don't use those guys, so let's roll these guys first and just see what we got. Okay, nice. I don't think I've ever had this one before. But even though I don't use them, I find axe too slow. Magnets. Okay. Nice, we got a legendary magnet. So what did we get? Let's go to the boots. 4 and 2. That's a lot. Not bad. Ooh, legendary item quantity. Okay. Very nice. So, can we just shift? No, we can't. Okay, open this one, and that goes there. 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 Of course it goes. Goes there. Alright. Sweet, now we've done that. We've also got all this, so that's all our scrappy type items. I've got to reorganise all this again anyway. I will make some more shulker boxes. And we'll just whack them in there for now. We'll deal with them a little bit later. Let's crack these open. Do I care about the durability? I'll go the extra 0.4 there. Trap to some vanilla, that's quite good. I might do that. Durability, we'll go the mining speed. Now we'll get into these more later, but these we can put in our custom tools that we make. I'll go with vanilla, why not? And again, got the item rarity. Alright, let's put these in there as well. Again, we'll deal with them later when we start making tools, which is one of our things we'll need to do here as well. So I'm going to tidy up these two, I think. This one here, I need an ender pearl, and that's not happening at the moment. So I'll tidy up a few of those little missions and we'll come back. Right, so we've done a little bit of work behind us. I have made a tiny little room. You can see we've got these in here now. So what do we got? We've got the bounty table and the tool station. So you can see we've done these as well. So there's our tool station. We'll complete that. Bounty hunting. Complete that. We did our potion as well. We've got a vial, so we'll complete that. And looting. Completing the potion should have given us, yep, gave us ender pearl, so we will go shard pouch. Bam. Lovely. Now I can come in here and take all of this and whack all of that in there. Grab our pearls out of there as well. You can put them in there to re-roll, but what do we want? So gather elixir, and this is what we can get. Or mining, mine 6 painite, or 2 xenium. That's going to be the easiest for now, so let's activate that. And all we need to do is complete elixir vault, and we'll get all this. So we'll complete that, and we'll get a pouch, which will be awesome. So let's do that there. Then we can hit magic button, pick up upgrade, put that on, so everything will go in there that's dropped. There you go. And I'm not going to use the void upgrade at the moment. Bounties and rewards, so we just need to complete a bounty. Vault tools. We need to craft a chromatic iron pick. So we've got that. Let's throw that in there. We need driftwood and bronze. So let's come in here. We'll grab all our driftwood. And we'll grab a stack of bronze. Because we can store an infinite amount of stuff in here as well. We'll do that. We'll grab that. Bam. we have our first vault tool. Now for completing that one, we get these jewels. So next we have jewels on tools. So that will be acquire a jewel applicator, and this one is jewel crafting table. So I'll do them in a little bit. But yeah, we get these jewels, and you can see they have different things at the bottom. So we've got coin, living, gilded, ornate, and wooden. So they obviously relate to what chests you can use them on. So later on we can make a really awesome pick that we'll be able to just insta mine stuff. All we need to do instead of just opening the chest is just hit it with our pick and bam, open. So let's go get those other tables made. Okay, so I've just had a look and I'm not going to be able to progress any further unless we do another vault. So let's do that and see how we go. Right, so we are now in the vault, and I grabbed these guys as usual first off, but yeah, let's jump in and see what we can get. We'll run through, wait the torch down, and this room is massive and a big pirate theme, so I decided I'm going to grab some resources while we build. And yeah, not much to see, hence why I sped it up so much, but yeah, we get all our resources and then move on to the next thing. Right, so we move forward because I've done a bunch of just random stuff and yeah, nothing very exciting, but we've come across this little area here. And we've got some little chests, so we'll grab all of this. Lovely, and we have all the intro blocks. So, yeah. Bunch of this. Oh, crap! Bang. Right, so that didn't exactly go to plan. But we've de-looted, I've put everything away. Maybe I'll show you what I've been working on in the background. Okay, so here we are, and this is what I've been working on. So if we have a look, I've cleared out a whole bunch of space. Not sure if it's going to be enough or not, but this is what we're dealing with at the moment. So we need to work out what we want to do. I think the first thing I want to do with this nice body of water behind us is make a bit of a shipyard. Like maybe a shipping container ship with a whole bunch of cranes and stuff going around. It's going to take a bit, so we might not be able to do it all in one episode. I might have to just plot away at it, but we'll see how we go. Also, I think I want to make a bit of a wall over there somewhere, put some ideas down and get some ideas from you. So let's set up that right now. Alright, don't judge me too harshly, but I've got a little thing set up here and we can always add to it, and it's very, very temporary. I think I'll move this somewhere else a little bit later on, but this is what we've got at the moment. So we have a shipyard, quarry, and sawmill. This is where you guys tell me what else I should put in here. As I said, I want to make a whole city. And I just realised I think I'll add one more thing. Old Tommy Fun Park. Now what I mean by that is I think what I'll do is that village that we're living in currently, might wall it off and just, yeah, call it an Old Tommy Fun Park. That way I won't have to destroy it when we build the city. I don't know. Seems like an alright idea. On that note though, let's see if I have enough time for one more vault. Hopefully we don't unalive in this one. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I've jumped into another vault and I've been thinking about what I need to do. Now, there are a few things. I want wooden chests so I can get some more shulker boxes to help me move some things around. I need ores so it'll help me progress. I also need gilded chests so I can get some more jewels to put them on tools and make that work. I also need ornate chests so I can get some more gear, because you can see I'm still wearing some iron stuff. I also need living to get a bunch of knowledge essence. I was going to say knowledge essence, but somehow I lost the recording of the vault, and that's where it happened. So we did get a bunch of stuff. Let me sort through that, and yeah, we'll see if we can actually get enough to progress from there. Life is hard. Alrighty, let's see how we go. Right, so that was a bit unfortunate, but we did manage to get a few things. So if we hit that button, I did do the crafting jewels one, and now we get our gemstone, so we'll do that. And we did manage to complete, so do that, grab that, and we got a bunch of stuff there. That is awesome. So if we work that there, that seems like a lot more than I should have got, but okay. We'll put our crafting station down. Let's whack it here. That goes in there. Yeah, awesome. If we do this, jewels on tools, what do we need? We need a jewel applicator. So that one, crafting table, anvil, and one of them. Let's go make that. Right, so we should have everything for that. Let's do that one. Bam, there we go. Lovely. Whack that there as well. And now we get that one, which means we get some chromatic steel. Lovely. Expertise, we've already got that. Yep, beautiful. It's gold. Now we're opening up more things here, but we also got this, so let's claim that. Like that there. Put that down, open that up, beautiful. Now Painite or Zoom. I think I'll wait for that one, but let's have a look at what we've got. A bunch of gear here and a jewel, so let's just get rid of that there. Not that one, that there. Let's identify all of this. Lovely. Let's see what we got. So we got a new helmet. The one I have is already better than that. Another new helmet. That is potentially an upgrade. Yep, I think that is an upgrade, so we'll put that there. That's awesome. We don't actually use these guys or this. But yeah, that is cool. So let me put all this away and we'll work out what we're doing from there. We also have some skill points to spend, so maybe we do that. Right, let's spend these skill points. Actually, before we do that, I realised I grabbed the bounty crate and everything went into my pouch. So, let's have a look at what we got. Right, beautiful. Lovely. Got some stuff. Now the skills. Let's have a look. We can whack them in here, or we can do this. Now, I think strength would be good for at least one. You know what? I think I will put all of them in strength. There we go. We are now a lot stronger. Awesome. So I think what I need to do now is work on gathering a bunch of resources so I can start building. So we'll see how we go with that. But until next time, I've been Ethy. Take it easy, kids. Bye.